Oleme siin stuudios nüüd Ari Peltomäkiga, kes on ametilt selline mees nagu scorer või eesti keeli võiks öelda punktiarvestaja. What are your main responsibilities in this competition?
To give the scoring. So sailors go out, they compete, I get the information from the sea, and I use the ORC scorer software to determine who's winning and who is coming second.
That's quite a tough work, I should say.
Yes, it is. It is a lot of information.
But how exactly ORC has arranged this scoring work in the events like this?
In the championship events, usually there are ORC people involved as well. All the technical people have done their job already. We have the certificates, which I believe there was a technical person explaining the certificate earlier. We have all the performance data of all the boats from 4 knots of wind to 24 knots of wind and all possible wind angles. So basically in the course area, today is the windward-leeward day, which is a little bit easier because the boats will just go upwind and downwind. But we also have long offshore and short offshore, which the wind angles, there's some kind of a race course. So I determine the race course. We have what we call the weather routing scoring. So we look at the weather predictions and each boat gets their own time calculation factor, TCF, for that particular course that we have set them. For example, tomorrow we will there's a schedule of short offshore race, which will basically be just around the Tallinn Bay, going a little bit north. I have set it up in long stretches, and the weather routing scoring actually calculates each boat's performance on each sector. So scoring-wise, it is a little bit easier to score the offshore races because basically then I have the data already in the ORC scorer software. I just determine and put the starting times and the finishing times and let the software to do their job, so to speak.
How much your work is still manual, how much it's automated already? Could you show exactly how you do it for me?
Yes, I can show. This is the ORC Scorer app. And these are the boats. Here you can see we are in the, how many days we've done this. We've done long offshore and we've done 3 windward-leeward races. So quite a many races to score already. If we take, for example, the first windward-leeward race to Class A, first thing to do is that I determine the course. So I do this work. I get the information from racecourse area. They will tell that from the starting line to the first mark, the distance and bearing is this one, and we go leg by leg, all the course around. I put the information here, and what is important is this wind that we can determine that it is truly an upwind or downwind leg. Since the race course is set here, for example, this particular race yesterday, the first race, we started on one direction, but then the wind turned a little bit. So now I had to change. I get the information from the race course, so I also had to react and change on the scoring app that okay, the first leg was here, second leg was here. So now the scorer knows exactly what happened on the sea, and then they give me all the finishing times. I put them in, and then we get the actual races.
So in an ideal world, you have to follow the direction of the wind as fast as also the captain does.
Yes, and that's basically the responsibility of the race officers out in the sea.
Okay, but let me ask about the history as well. How this calculating work was done years ago when you did not have such kind of automation tools?
Well, that's a good question. Basically, before the ORC rule, we had much simpler rules called lys, for example, here in the Nordic countries. Danish-based, which was just somebody out of experience gave each boat one number, which was when they finished, how much time did they use on the race course, and that time was multiplied by that factor. But since technology have evolved, now we know everything of the boat. We measure the hull, we know all the performances everywhere. So today it's very accurate.
Okay, let's get back to the system. Could you show how exactly the results are looking like?
After I've done my job, and then I publish the results. So basically then we come into this results page. And here everybody can follow. Let me show that the official notice board is in a different software. It's called Manage to Sail. If you go to our Garmin ORC World Championship page, and you have the results, tulemused, and then there's a link. And this link goes into this page, which is the ORC scorer. And on here, we can see that, for example, yesterday's last race number 4. For the sailors, in the morning, they have so-called scratch sheets. This is open to public as well. So now each boat knows how much do they give handicap to another boat, or how much do they get handicap from another boat. For example, if we click here a Finnish boat, let's call it Mercedes, and then we can see that some of the numbers turned red. So these boats are a little bit faster, and he will give handicap for them. And then when you need to go, so that's basically the information for the sailors before the race. And after the race, you get the results. Then all the information is here, that what was the race, when the start was, what was the distance, what scoring method we did. We have a lot of scoring methods, but on the World Championship, European Championship, we have the most accurate one called constructed course. And here we can see that the Swedish boat ran, they won the race. That's their finishing time, how much time they actually sailed. And then we can see what's the delta for the next boats.
If to resume, is it correct to say that in ORC system, every team is competing with their own maximum potential?
Absolutely, that's correct. Because we know each boat's potential, and the boats are different on the sea. Basically, your worst enemy is your polar curves, that you actually sail your boat to the maximum.
Let's imagine now the very last day of the competition, when you will calculate the score and everyone is anxious about getting to know about the winners. Will you feel also some kind of anxious, or your pulse is higher when everyone wants to know the results as quickly as possible?
Of course, there's a little pressure. What we try to do, we try to serve the sailors the best way that we can. For example, yesterday they had 3 windward-leeward races. So basically, when they finish the first one, and before they start the second one, the results of the first one are already published on the net. So on the water they can look through their phones or tablets that what was the score. So this is what we are aiming to do. So on the last day, when the last race is finished, basically within minutes we should know all the results. If there are no protests, of course.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, dear sailors, Ari Peltomäki is in your service.
Thank you.